Hello everybody, my name is Asiiso and welcome to another Etheria Restart video. This is a new series I'm starting where we'll be going over RTA matches and actually showing who's meta and explaining the strategies actually being used. So if you are interested in basically RTA, leave a like and subscribe in this video. So now let's go in. For our first match, we will be looking at Raymerry for this first video and our first match. So Raymerry is the new LD unit and we will be looking at some matches with her and seeing how she actually performs. For our first match, we actually have a Hizukimari, a Yeli, a Tsukiyomi, a Freya up against the Raymerry, Heinrich, Doki Doki, and the Linglo. So Cleave versus basically turn 2 tank meta. So we shall see how she actually performs in this match. So we all know Cleave will take the lead and Tsukiyomi takes the lead, boosting up the Yeli, and then the Yeli then comes up, wondering who she'll target here. Probably the Raymerry. Lands the hit on the Raymerry. Raymerry triggers the lighthouse. About half of her health is gone, and then here comes the Freya with the boost. And then this is sort of a CC team up. Team matchup because Hizukumari comes with a CC, wondering how many she'll land, only lands the one, but that does take out the Heinrich. Heinrich is down, and there comes the Doki pushing up, and then Linglo with the cleanse. Does she cleanse it from Raymerry? Yes, she does. And then the Raymerry ult comes up, it pops off, absolute damage, 50% dealt, and then that triggers her stacks. She can ult again, and she takes out 3 of the 4 of the team. And that is basically it for that matchup. A real quick one showing that when up against Cleave, Raymerry is almost unmatched. Now we'll be looking at Bruiser versus Bruiser matchup. So for this Bruiser versus Bruiser, we have basically Chiaki, and then we have Plume, we have Holden, and the man Rahu up against a Tiamat, Linglo, Raymerry, and a Fukyu matchup. So start things off. The fastest unit starts always being Plume, lands the defense break on everyone except the Fukyu, and then we get a Linglo heal, which will basically cleanse some of it, but does not cleanse the defense break. And then here comes the Holden with the strip and defense down. So yep, there comes the heal, heals up Plume to full, and then Rahu gets his stacks. We then see Fukyu up with the shield and the enhanced healing with the shell. And then Rahu's about to get a 10 again. The Rahu ult comes. I'm not sure what Raymerry's stacks are, but they should be close to full right now, especially with the Tiamat ult coming. Tiamat ult goes, gets them to 50%. I'm sure Raymerry's stacks are full. There comes the Raymerry ult. Doesn't do much damage to them, which is interesting. There comes Raymerry with the skill 1. And then Plume with the skill 1 again. There comes Tiamat again, rocking the ult again. Tiamat is actually carrying this match. Tiamat is actually carrying. Makes me wonder if the Raymerry is actually maxed out, but it is an interesting one to see. Chiaki tries to sort of boost her damage resistance, but the thick shield comes from... See, the hold and kill there activated the ultimate, and then here comes the Tiamat again with the... with Plume almost dead, like Plume is so close to being dead. There comes the Raymerry ult. It kills. Has it been 2 turns? No, it hasn't, so her ultimate won't activate again. And she actually gets killed by the 2 counters. There comes the Rahu again, looking to sort of finish off the Tiamat, but that triggers that triggers the Bramble, and also triggers the Bramble from Holden. Tiamat ults again, doesn't do much as there's the shield, but the healer Chiaki is on her last legs, and she still has 2 turns to go before the next ult. She doesn't die again. I actually believed it was over for her. Tiamat goes down, triggering the Ember. So 2 units on Ember. She comes, she kills. That doesn't activate her ult because it hasn't been 2 turns. So yeah, she is a bit balanced. Now her damage has reached the 100 stacks. So she then ults, takes out the Holden, and then ults again because it has been 2 turns now, and it finishes off the Rahu. That was a Bruiser versus Bruiser matchup. In a good setup, she can actually do intense damage, and with Tiamat, those two together seem to be a very strong combo. For this team matchup, we'll be looking at a Tiamat, Lily, Holden, Fukyu team versus basically Mio, Ayaya, Plume, and Raymerry team to see which of these two teams can actually, because it's a Bruiser versus Bruiser matchup. So Plume starts up first with the strip and the defense down, lands them all, and then the CC totally misses, triggering two counters, air counter from Holden, and then Lily comes, pushes up, and then, yeah, Mio's dead. Mio's basically almost dead. But then there is the heal that's going to come up, but it isn't much. Then the Mio comes with the 10-meter steal. It triggers two counters from Tiamat and Holden, and Mio is out. Mio is out. There comes the Plume again with the Codex, allowing her to do that again. I see the Tiamat doesn't counter this time. Tiamat is down. Tiamat is down from the Raymerry. And then we can see that it's Fukyu's turn to put on the shield. Tiamat was actually taken out quite fast in this one. You'd expect her to last a bit longer. And then we have, Plume with the skill 1, doesn't do much. And then Holden comes with the strip. The strip comes, it does land the defense down on everyone, but then Raymerry has reached the 100 stacks for the damage. She ults, she then comes, she kills Lily, she ults again. That almost takes out the Fukyu, but it doesn't. And then the deaths then trigger Ayaya. Ayaya comes, does the skill cooldown on the Raymerry and the Plume. And then it's almost time for her to go again with the skill cooldowns. She then kills, gets another ult because the skills have been taken to cooldown. She kills, she hits that, she gets enough damage to hit another one, which she hits, and then the Holden is now isolated. Holden is strong, yes, we know he is strong, but we don't think he can take on that much damage. We don't think he can. Holden seems to be focusing on the Fukyu, on the Plume, and then that is the death. For this matchup, we have a Cleave setup, which is Messiah, Lilium, Hoyan, and Lily up against Raymerry, Fukyu, Ayaya, and Plume. So Cleave versus basically tank setup. Usually doesn't go well for Cleave, but we'll see what happens in this one. So to start things off, the Lily starts, pushes up, but the Plume is fast enough that they don't get pushed back. The Plume lands the defense break on everyone. So there comes the Lilium, wondering who she'll target. The Lilium targets the Raymerry. Raymerry is almost down and the HP is locked. Then Ayaya comes up, then the Fukyu comes, puts on some shields for everyone. So the Raymerry has the HP lock, so Raymerry is actually in trouble, but I figure she's almost close to 100 stacks. So there she goes, she ults, that triggers the 100 stacks and a kill, she ults again, that kills everyone, and then the Soul Ward activates for Hoyan, but there isn't much hope at this point. If you remember, Raymerry does not care about Soul Ward, so that is the kill. For this next one, we then have another Bruiser versus basically Cleave matchup. So Plume starts it off with the ult and the defense break. Well, Ayaya started it off, but Plume then follows. Then we have the CC from Obol. Obol lands the CC on everyone. There comes the Lilium. This match actually, it's an interesting one, as you see that Raymerry has already lost her first teammate and she couldn't do anything about it because she was stunned. So her ult will not activate when stunned. The Holden, it's not looking good for Holden either. And then Raymerry finally has enough stacks to ult. She ults, but she doesn't kill anyone. And then the Holden is there. The Obol is there. The Ayaya comes, also pushes up everyone, and then Lilium is black, she kills. Raymerry can't do anything because she is stunned. This isn't looking good for the matchup. The Plume comes, lands the defense break on everyone, and then we have a Sanya Raymerry 2v4 situation. Raymerry is stunned, she can't do anything. There comes the Ayaya with the push up. So this match was really looking bad. There comes the Plume, the Lilium, her ult ready almost, but then she chooses to sort of use the skill 2 and knock it. Now this depends on if she cleanses. Does she cleanse the freeze? She does not cleanse the freeze, so when Raymerry comes around, unless the Sanya laps, which she does. Hopefully this time she can cleanse both the freeze. She does, then there you go. The Raymerry ult almost kills everyone. Then Lilium comes up, which is problematic. Lilium kills the Sanya, activating the ult. The ult again wipes the squad. That is crazy if you ask me. Raymerry is looking to be a really powerful unit. So I will be making commentary videos like this almost every day. I want to do it every day because this meta analysis is really nice. So if you're interested in meta analysis for RTA, I will highlight sleeper units, the strongest units, units that are dominating. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.